I become a teacher, you ask? I will tell you. It was a grocery store. It makes more sense once you learn that the grocery store was Wegmans. Wegmans is the best grocery store on the face of the planet. I will throat punch anyone who says differently. Violence is not the answer unless you talk smack about Wegmans or Jada, in which case it is. I worked there for 3 years as a front-end manager, and I did all the training. My entire job some days was to just train high schoolers how to run produce codes and ring up groceries, and I loved it. I loved it. Sadly, after I graduated, I left the love of my life, Wegmans, and I got a job as a technical writer for the Department of Defense with a contractor. I was so bad at that job. It was just science and math all day that people wanted me to understand to write. I was so bad at that job. I just walked around and talked to people most of the time. I tried, but I mean, it was so bleak that I decided I was going to go back to school and become a teacher and make substantially less in the long term. So I went back to school. I did grad school while working as a technical writer and crying at my job every day. I then went and cried at school every day. Who can afford to work for free for a freaking year? So I stalked the local principals. I emailed them. I called them. I showed up to every job fair. I was there. Every moment that they were thinking about hiring somebody new, I was in their email box. I was there, which meant I was able to be hired on a provisional license. Which also meant that my first day in the classroom, being in charge of anybody other than myself, was my first day teaching. Because provisionally licensed people had not done student teaching. And I also had never subbed. So that explains a lot about my stories from my first year, is that I was just full of enthusiasm and very, very little wisdom.